welcome back to the Do Brand You channel, and we are having an in conversation with Grace today, and she is a digital consultant and trainer helping aspiring marketers to fast track their digital marketing career and business owners to gain more online visibility to accelerate their brand growth with proven digital strategies. And is that what people are really looking at? But more than that, Grace has over a decade of experience in the field. She has helped different brands across dynamic industries to develop a winning digital strategy that works and drives online growth. She's trained senior executives and marketing professionals in digital marketing, and she's also now a mentor at Concordia University, offering mentoring sessions to future marketing leaders. So gosh, Grace, a big welcome to you.
Thank you. It's nice to talk with you, Lorraine. It's my pleasure to be on your show today.
Yeah. And what part you're in the United States? No, you're in Canada, is it?
Yeah. So right now I'm based in Vancouver, and it's summer. The weather is so amazing now.
Oh, I love Vancouver. We spent quite a bit of time heading back to Whistler to go skiing there. Yeah. So I'm on the other side of the world. It's winter here. It's quite cold today. So I'm in New Zealand. So we've got a great conversation. But Grace, let's just get into this. Everybody asks me, how can I, be more visible in this very crowded, noisy world. Can you kind of share what you do?
Yeah. So I think first of all is really understand some basic in online marketing, somehow the basic fundamentals. Like people, whenever they think online search, online marketing, what is it? What are the key channels? And start to understand how the online world works. Whenever people are searching using search engines, and then how you can get yourself being seen in front of other people. So you need to start providing values like what I'm doing right now, having a YouTube channel. So I think is first understanding all the basics, and then, start, having tactics and optimizations to make it work. Yeah.
All right. And so how did you actually get into that? What's your interest? Where did that lead? Where does it come from?
Yeah. So actually I started this career 10 years ago. I wasn't really prepared to start a career in digital marketing. Actually, I graduated with an IT degree, but however, that time I knew, I really love creatives. And that's why I just want to get into digital marketing, and then later on digital marketing. And then it's really excited me because I start able to realize that, how search engine works, and then is getting traffic online, and then everything is visible. Every metrics, everything you can track online. There's nothing being hidden. So it's that the nature of online marketing makes it so fascinating to me.
Wow.
You can track everything, you can track data, and then how to improve it and make growth for your brand or for others.
Yeah. And so do you work with like corporations, or do you work with individual like solo business owners? What's your main thing?
Yeah, so previously I worked for companies, so I help them to draft the digital marketing plan, the roadmap, and then how we can leverage different channels to drive the growth. And then right now, because I'm independent consultant, so I also work with different brands, and also their business owners, they want to start building their online presence in the online space, but they just don't know what to do, what is the right channel to start, because every brand, I would say, is different. It's really about having the assessment of what your brand strengths to do in order to have a working digital marketing strategies for your brand. So I both work for the corporate brand, and right now it's more about like solo brands, and what you just mentioned is brand owners more who want to start getting traction in the online space.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people listening to this channel are, solo business owners, and it's actually become, I think a lot of people get really discouraged. They just don't know what to do. I mean, do you see a positiveness looking forward for solo business owners in the online marketing space? Is it something that, we as business owners can actually become successful at, or is it just gotten too crazy?
No, definitely there is high chance to success. I think it's just about, you know, being seen in front of the right people at the
Right.
right time. Yeah, it's not about I need to activate every channel at the same time because we naturally have a fear of missing out. Oh, I want to build YouTube, I want to build TikTok, I want to build Facebook, every channels. But however, I think most importantly is back to the basic, understanding like what are your target audience they're on. Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on YouTube? And also what values you're providing to them is
Right.
ties back to content marketing. So it's really about understanding how different pieces work together to maximize their ROI. It's not about like doing it all and then hoping the results will come in. Is yeah. So that's why a lot of solopreneurs they feel so overwhelmed
Yeah.
because they got a lot on the plate, right? Is like consistently chasing deadlines and then activating all channels.
Right.
So that should be another smarter tactics to navigate these
Yeah.
challenges.
So also in this channel, we look at, how we can unleash our potential in each season in life. And yeah, if you can put your visionary glasses on, we're moving into this, age of a lot of people are using AI now to generate their content. There's just so many social media channels. There's a lot of noise out there. I mean, what do you think people should focus on? Maybe a couple things as they move forward now in this new season. I think we're really moving into.
Yeah. So right now, I can see there is so polarized opinions. Some people they hate AI because they think AI is gonna replace them, but I just have a different views on that. Is about the future is definitely, having these AI technologies. Not no one can really stop this trend, right? But however, is how our mindset being prepared to really leverage the AI technologies to our best advantage
Right.
and not to see that AI is the tool to replace my expertise because I don't think AI will ever replace humans in terms of the strategy thinking. It's about how you can use it to make your tasks more productive, right?
Yeah.
Because perhaps just for the example, like keyword research, right? For SEO. Previously, if without AI, usually we take at least like 10 hours to do keyword research. But right now, it can just speed up by at least 5 to 6 hours for a keyword research process. So it's a game changer. And I think every brand owners or professionals, they need to really grab this opportunity and understand how AI really works and
Yeah.
maximize the impact, the efforts in the marketing campaign, and not to think AI is going to replace my intelligence, my insights. No, AI will never able to do that.
Yeah. I heard a good story once on a podcast about, back in the day, farmers used to just use their hands to farm their land. And then these machines came along and they were so afraid of the machines. It's like, no, I won't use the machines. It will replace me. But the smart ones were the people that got into the machines, learned how to use the machines, and then were able to farm better and farm more efficiently. And I see the AI is the machine and we just need to get in and learn how to use it and then go from there.
Yes, yes. And previously, I analyzed, around 1,000 digital marketing jobs. And what I found is like almost 10%, to be exact, it's 9% of the job that's saying it requires a candidate to able to leverage AI tools or technologies to perform tasks.
Yeah.
So 9% is not small, but it's not it's not a big number, but it's not small
And
as
it's going to
well.
grow, isn't it? Yeah.
It's gonna growing. So I think what you said, it's just, yeah, so true. That is, the future is gonna be someone, brands, and also professions who are able to leverage AI for their campaigns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so interesting. Now, I want to get into, that we do look at the seasons of life. You were working for other people. You're an independent now. You're working, and you've also had a shift in your life. You've become a parent. Of younger children, and so that's something that I'm really interested in. And how do people deal with that change? Can we get any wisdom from you of how that happened? So can you take us back to what your life was like before children, what you were doing, and walk us through some of the struggles, challenges that you had, and then and then we'll get into how you were able to manage those.
All right. Whoa, that's a long story. So I think so you know what? In the past, I used to think, working for a company, always saying yes to every opportunities would give me that kind of security. But right now, as working independent, and I also think, having being able to make my own decision, even if it means taking a little bit of risk, would give me that kind of security. So and that pivoted to moment, happens last year as I lost my full-time job. And that's why it's also triggered me to go out on my own. So I think this really what I realized that, and I can make an impact to others people. And also, I also want to build something that I own and also able to make impact to others people's lives. So that's why I also reactivated my YouTube channel, start sharing what I've learned and sharing my insights. And this is how it all started.
That's
Yeah.
really interesting. Yeah, I've have an interview. It's with Ian. It'll be a couple of videos before this one, and he also lost his job, and just like you, just moved into, okay, this is where I'm going now. Was that hard for you to do that? Because I think there's such a fear of losing that security, and then moving into, no, I'm going to take the reins on my own, and let's go.
Yeah, I think it's really about that what you've learned from that, because that moment I really realized that I have been a really good employee all the time, but at the same time also a very poor person who didn't plan her life seriously. So I just want to do something different. So that time I took around 2 months career break just to think about what was the best move for me. I wasn't really rushing to go back to the 9 to 5 grind, but instead I want to build something that have a long lasting impact to others people. So I think is understanding what is the life priorities for you at that moment, from that whatever you call it, setback or failure or the thing that happens to you. So it's not about what things that happen to you. It's about the reactions, how you treat it, what kind of lessons I've learned from it, and what are the actions you take next to make sure you're heading in the directions that is towards to your life mission is
Wow.
more important.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I love what you said. Is the first thing that you did, or at least you shared with us, was that you paused. And when we do go through changes, isn't it so important to just pause, reevaluate who we are, find our identity again, find our feet again, have a look at where we want to go, and then take those steps. And when we get good at that, we know every time we get a change in life, then we're going to be better at that change, because that's what happens, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
tell us a little bit about this life change of becoming a parent, and then moving into, as your children begin to grow up. I know so many people listening are also dealing with that. It's just a constant struggle. And so what was your experience with that?
Yeah. So parenting is something I I think it's really challenging, and I've been exploring this topic a few years for now. Personally, I have two kids. They're very small still. My older one is 5 years old, and my younger one is 2 years old. So in the past, my friends told me, "Oh, once you become a mom, your career is done." And then that's how, oh, now what? And then, so right now, our farm is really challenging. So I am always constantly trying to balance how to having, being responsible as a mom and between, also having, thriving career as a woman. So what I found is, first of all, is I'm just having, a mindset of boundary. It's not about setting a rigid schedule. Oh, 24 hours is for kids, for family, 20 hours for work. It's not like that. It's making it a bit flexible, and also understanding you have your family. Family is always the top priority, because without a great family life, you won't have a great career. Families always come first. They have been my biggest motivations, my fuel to keep me going. So I think having this boundary is very important. And I think people, why they start to lose the balance is because they don't have a long-term gain mindset. They want to rushing. They try to accomplish so many things, achieve success overnight. But since I also start to thinking, oh, I only need to do the necessary things that day, that week, then I can set a more healthy boundaries. Because why there is no boundary is because you always put a lot of efforts. You try to accomplish committing so many things, and you just lose focus to other things, your family life, your kids. That is also very important and relying on you. So this is the first tactic that I found effective. And the second thing is, I think, is setting non-negotiable rules, which means that whenever my kids, they need me, I will drop everything for them. And nothing, whenever they need me, I will always be there, because I think it's so important to let them think that whenever they need me, they need my attention, I will be there. So sometimes when my girl comes to me is, oh, mommy, please play with me, read a book with me, then I will drop the things I'm doing and then be with them. So I think having these boundary mindset and also some non-negotiables is really important.
Gosh, that is such good strategy and such, really great wisdom. As we talked earlier before we started, I also have a couple of daughters, but they're 25 and 27 now. And that was exactly what I did as well, in that I was very busy doing what I was doing, but I had that, if they needed me, then that was it. Or I set that boundary to say, okay, I will be there in this amount of time, or made sure that they had that priority. And it is nice, because I can promise you that when that is the mindset and that is the priority, that at the age, I have an absolutely amazing relationship with both of them, and it's so worth it. It's just so worth it.
Yeah. And one more thing is, I think every parent or mom, they need to realize that once the time is gone, is gone. There's no way to get it back, because once you miss the time to be with them, they're gone. So you need to just witness every moment they're growing. They learn to walk, they learn to speak, they, learn to taking care of themselves. You are the one who always be there. And I think this is so powerful, and always keep reminding myself is I am the one, who is same time not a parent or a mom, but also a growth partner for my kids.
I love that. So, you talk about, having to kind of juggle and manage things and set really stringent priorities. And that's certainly something that I've always challenged with. I'm a perfectionist. I want to get things done at a very, high level. And I seem to always have way too much on my to-do list. And it wasn't until I said, no, I'm going to limit, this is what I'm working on, and really stream down. Can you, and I feel that's what you're saying as well. So can you kind of share your wisdom and strategy about how, how you do that and why it's difficult to let things go,
Yeah, so I can feel you. I totally can relate to you because as I start, doing my own things, right? I almost got burned out because I just want to accomplish so many things. So right now there are two strategies that I've used. The first one is time blocking techniques. I know different people have different opinions on time blocking. So what I usually do is towards the end of the work week, I will start planning the work week ahead.
Right.
And I will make sure I make full use of my calendar and time blocking, including the break time, the routine, daily routine, for example, daily running. I would just literally time blocking everything. And also just picking 1 to 2 necessary things. Because I think that some people found time blocking is not working because they try to pack everything on that day. Today I want to accomplish 3 things, 4 things, 5 things,
That's
6
me.
things, everything on that day. Yeah, so I found it is yeah, that's why it's not working. But for me, it works well because I just pick at least 2 most important things for that day.
Yeah.
And then I can make sure I have a holistic will. There's certainly time for the things that matters important. So that's the first thing is, just 1 to 2 things. And also you allowing enough time. So I block a big chunk of time to accomplish that important thing. I'm not rushing to make sure I'm not stressing myself. I need to complete this within a very small amount of time because then it's not working.
Yeah.
So that's tactics that found time blocking. And then the second thing is having an input-based goal.
Okay.
Right? So a lot of people think about setting SMART goal, right? And I think it's also important. But as soon as I started things on my own things, and I found input-based goal is just as important as the SMART goal. I also look at my outcomes, my goal to reflect the learnings. But however, input-based goal is just about only focusing the things that you can control, right? Because the results you just can't guarantee. So for example, that week, I will make sure, this week I need to complete how many video script, how many video upload, and how many client work I need to do. So this is the input-based goal. It's about to make sure I'm keep going. I'm not static and always delivering. And have the mindset is all these actions will compound over time. So I think this mindset also works for me well. Make sure I'm productive, and same time also look at the numbers. And because there are certainly days numbers are up, days numbers down, but having this input-based goal is just what keeps me keep going.
That's a really great view on that. I know one of the things that I struggle with so much is, I make those long-term goals and then I kind of refine them and then I refine them, to the week and like you say, but I don't know, I find it so difficult when I have to, because of things happening, have to put things off again. And I just, that it's kind of like there's this little person on your shoulder, you failed, you didn't get it done. Do you feel that? And how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I feel that. I early on when I start, time blocking, I also failed because that time perhaps sometimes you just make some wrong estimation.
Yeah.
You think, I only need to spend 2 hours on this task, but I always, overspend the time. It just took me way longer than that. So I think it's definitely takes time to practice more and more and to understand what is really important. And also the key is about this time blocking is not about just mindlessly follow the schedule. It's also about having the flexibility. You can really change stuff as some really urgent things coming up. Perhaps it's your family or some other urgent things in your business. But I would say that why it's important is you always have this wheel. You can take a step back and to see what should be my output for this week.
Yeah.
What should be like the benchmark should be looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes a lot of practices and failure as well, but you will keep improving. And then as time goes by, you will make more accurate estimation. You will understand what really works and what doesn't.
That's so cool. One of the things that I'm challenged with, recently, I think so many of us is there's been so much development on every program, app, and things that I'm using, platform that I'm on, particularly, I would say, in the last year, with everyone kind of getting more AI technology in the platform. So you're constantly like, you go back, okay, I'm going to do this. It's like, oh my gosh, there's been an update. Oh my gosh, like if I learn something new, I can do it better, or that type of thing. Do you feel like we're in this kind of world that is just really changing and it's hard?
Exactly. Yeah, I completely feel you, because particularly in the area of AI, because like, for example, like how I plan my videos, because some of my videos on my channel is about AI. So sometimes when I prepare the script a few weeks in advance, and then as I publish the videos, the thing has changed, right? The features have changed, it's gone. It's
Wow.
so constantly, be amazed at how powerful AI is. It's always like chasing those objects, chasing how to use the tools. So I think is really about keep yourself learning, but also not at the same time not stressing out.
Yeah.
You need to. No one can really learn them all, right? There are lots of AI tools out there, lots, a ton, but you just can't learn them all. But however, it's really about understanding what are the AI tools that's really beneficial to business, and also train, hone your critical thinking skills. Because a lot of people think that AI can do everything. It can do the business for them. But the thing is, if you haven't really doing the actual work, you have never done the actual work yourself, AI won't help you.
No, they won't.
Because this is you. Yeah, the humans. You need to tell AI what to do.
Exactly.
So you need to first, undergo that process first. It's not about just chasing the features, understanding the interface. It's not about like clicking which button. It's not about like that. It's about the strategy, the process. You need to first understanding what would be the areas that may have errors, or you need to go that process first before you start using it. Yeah. So don't stress yourself out. You need to learn all the is about mindset, thinking process is more important.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how you just, you share just about how, it's so important just to continue to stay human. You think, throughout the last, half hour that we've been talking, that just keeps resonating with what you say is just keep being you, keep being human, keep showing up. And that's what it's all about. You've mentioned your YouTube channel a few times. Can you just share with the audience what the channel's about, how they would find it, and what value it's, it can add to them?
Okay. So yeah, my channels is mainly 3 topic pillars. Is about digital marketing and something like tech, AI, and then second thing is I also share some topics about self-improvement, personal growth, and then also business, like how you do business and what kind of the business strategies you can use. So these are the main topics that I share on my channel.
That's great. So I'll put a link below for anybody to connect with Grace on the link below. And I can't believe it, but we're already at a half an hour. It always goes way too fast, so we might have to have you on again. But you did share with me one of your favorite quotes, which was from Mel Robbins. And she said that do not waste your life waiting, worrying, or wishing for things to change. You got to want it enough to do the work. Your dreams have a brick path that will be paved every single day, one brick at a time. Can you just share as we finish up this wonderful conversation? What does that whole quote mean to you?
Yeah, so actually, I first hear that in one of her on social media is a clip on social media found, and I found it's so powerful and I resonated with these statements so much because it's all about we just discussed about long term game mindset. There's really no rush in your life, right? You got to understand what is your vision.
Yeah.
No matter it takes you like 2 years, 2 months, or 10
Yeah.
years, 30 years, as long as you're doing the right thing, you know where you're going, and you keep making improvement, taking actions. So everything will compound over time. And when time is ready, it will be here. So it's making sure you always be the best version, always improving every day. And don't think things will change. Things will only change as you start making actions, right? So I think is a great message for everybody who may get stuck in the life right now. Is you can always change. You can actually change everything, right? As long as you know where you want to go, you're willing, you're really self-driven to make that change.
Yeah.
So always start from your mind. So
yeah,
I think
I love that. Make that change. And as she says, one brick at a time. And as you had mentioned earlier as well, you know, when you'd lost your job, just pausing and finding that pathway and then moving forward and learning, making those failures and learning. Well, Grace, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you for coming on and sharing your wisdom, and inspiring us. And I'll share all the links below. Catch Grace on our YouTube channel and connect with her on her website and through social media. So thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you for having me today, Lorraine.
Yeah.
Thank you.